Okay, this is our new Muller. It's made by Simpson Manufacturing, and basically what's going to happen is we have sand above it in a big bin, and it's green sand. Okay, remember green sand isn't green, it's usually black in this case, or it can be tan in color as well. And we're going to add some sand to this Muller, and then we're going to turn it on and add some water to it. So the clay is already in there. Remember, sand, clay, and moisture, the three ingredients in green sand, main ingredients. This is not usually open. The reason why we have it open right now is to show you what's going on here. Basically, there's plows in here that rotate around, as well as these rollers that kind of compress and compact the sand against the bottom, and that's how the moisture gets mixed in. It takes about 2 minutes or so for the moisture to be mixed in appropriately. So don't put a ton of water in there at first. Probably about a half a gallon is all you'll ever want to put in there if you fill this up. Now, how full should you make this? I would say about 4 inches in the bottom would be the maximum. Okay, about 250 pounds of sand, the maximum. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this back on, and we're going to watch as the Muller is rotating. We're going to push a button and lower sand from the top. This is all pretty much an automatic setup. It's just that if you overfill this, the Muller is going to stop and you'll have to shovel it out. Okay, it's better to make a small batch of sand than too large of a batch. It fluffs up to about 50–60% of its original, in addition to its original size. So. What we're going to do then is we'll put the top back on. This is something I don't want you to be messing with. Just have me take this off if there's emergency or something. Okay, right here is the emergency stop for the Muller, and actually it's emergency stop also for the shaker unit. This is the Muller start stop, but of course if you turn it on and the emergency stop on, it's not going to operate. Now we had the emergency stop on because the unit was open, and it's closed up now, so we can turn that on. Hit the start button, and that starts the rotation of the Muller. Right here is the sand gate button, and this allows sand to come down from the top. You push this in and you hold it in for a few seconds, and then you look inside to see how much of sand is filled in. It fills up inside of there. Remember, you want about 2 inches of sand in the Muller. 2 to 4 inches, I'm sorry. 2 to 4 inches of sand in the Muller, maximum. So push this in, hold it for a few seconds. There's a slide gate down here that you can kind of watch and see the sand fall through there. The other thing is, when you're running the Muller, you should have the vent.
For some reason, you just stopped. Try it again. Start back over there. Yeah, no, the tape's got plenty of space on it. Go ahead.
Okay, while we're running this Muller, we want to have the ventilator on so that it pulls all the fine silica sand particles out of the Muller area, and also from the rest of the lab. That switch is located over by the door here. It's the large dust collector button, and make sure you turn that on. You can hear the ventilator turn on. Okay, you're going to use a jug to fill up the water in here. Someday we'll have a nice little water tap. You can just turn a valve. At this point, you're going to use a water jug. And remember I said probably the maximum you'd ever use would be a half gallon. Okay? Unless you come see me and I take a look at it. If you have a small amount of sand in there, though, like smaller than normal batch, then you're going to have less than that, of course. So you put a little bit of water in the funnel here, and it takes a good amount of time for that water to be distributed, and in fact it goes down some tubes and it kind of comes out slowly in front of the rollers, so it's actually still dripping water in there. Okay, so remember I said it's going to take about 2 minutes for the sand to become completely mixed. The sand will start to get lumpy a little bit, So you can see it's kind of dry now, but it'll start to get lumpy when it starts to have some green strength, it's called. Starting to get a little bit lumpy. Probably can add a slight amount more water. The slight amount would be only, well, just a few ounces of water. Okay, go ahead and dump it out. Go back harder. Okay, now if you stick your hand up in that hole right there, you'll get your fingers cut off. So use a shovel to drag the sand away from that hole. So at no times are you going to stick your hand up inside there. Don't stick a piece of metal up there too. It'll do damage to the Muller. It's a lot of sand.
Yeah.